Alright, so here's a little video on how to set up the standard OG profile and the Franklin profile. Basically, any profile on my website that says Frost Labs only will require an 1/8" ball nose mill to come in and clean out these corners. So we'll have to use Frost Labs. We'll just do a full setup and I'll show you guys how to set it up start to finish. So let's bring open, we'll go into Mozaik and you want to bring open your optimizer. We'll go up to Libraries, CNC Tooling. Don't want to spoil this part, so we'll get rid of that. Okay, so we'll go to Panel Tool Groups and import the tool group. If you haven't done so already, you will want to go to your Downloads folder. You'll see the zip file. You'll right click and then you can decompress. So this one's going to be extract all, same thing as decompress. And we'll extract it here. Now we have access to this unzipped folder in Downloads. So we'll go to Panel Tool Groups. You do want to consider which mid-size down shear you're using. So whether that's 3/8, 7/16, or 1/2 inch. In this case, I'm going to start off, I'll put a 3/8 down shear in here. Actually, I have a 1/2 inch. So Panel Tool Groups, we'll go to Import. I'll find that download. Here's the file. And then we'll go into Panel Tool Groups, 1/2 inch down shear, and import this. It'll ask me if I want to update because these placeholders already exist. I'll say yes. Alright, so for each tool, we're going to go to 1/2 inch down shear, left click twice to replace the tool with something that's already in your tool set. If you don't have the 5/8 panel bit already in your tool set, you can just go over to Tool Properties, find this 5/8 panel bit, rename the tool, just take out the part that says placeholder. And the last tool that you're going to need, you need 1/8 inch down shear, which you probably already have, and a 30-degree V-bit. The 30-degree V-bit is optional for this profile, but I do find that it makes a cleaner corners. It just makes the finishing process a lot easier. I'm left clicking on the 30-degree, and we'll find this one. An important note about this tool group, as long as your tool heights are correct on your machine, what you see is what you get. So the profile will look exactly like this, especially after we get done with Frost Labs. So now that this is installed, we'll say OK. Back in Mozaik, you can go to Libraries and Doors, and I'll just go into a standard library, go into Routed, and import all of the door files. If we go back into this download, we imported, we'll go to the door files, and just pull in all 6 of these. I'm just going to pull in door for now. And all of your margins are set correctly. Say OK. And then just for this example, I'm going to go to the Order tab, back to Settings, because you'll notice when you go to the Order tab, it does change the room that you're in. So right now we're in Order Entry. And I will select the proper library, the standard. Then I'll go to Franklin Door. I'm going to use Pocket Tool. Then the tool group selected will be S081 Franklin. I'll say OK. Then we can go to Order. Bring this over. So Profile 2 should match the door style, which it does. Proper sample size, typical sample size, 12 by 15. We'll go to Cut List. Go to Order Entry. Say Optimize. And then we'll go back into Optimizer and take it to the finish line. So after fixing the tool group, we're going to go to CNC Tooling. There's 2 more things we have to do in here. we need to create an 1/8 inch down ball nose mill. So take your 1/8 inch down shear, copy this, name it 1/8 ball nose, and then go into dado shouldn't be selected. Go to CNC door, tool shape, and then go down and click on this bottom right point and say 0.0625 for the radius. Hit tab. So 0.625 for the radius. Say OK. Now that tool has a radius that Frost Labs can read. And then we need to put all of these tools inside of our tool set. So this is a pretty large tool set. You may have something different. So obviously take out the appropriate tooling and put in the ones that you require. But we'll put the ball nose in here. Your ball nose has to be in your tool set. We also need this 5/8 panel bit and the 1/8 inch down shear that we called on, and then the 1/2 inch down shear. I'll go into optimize. We will optimize this material. Okay, and then I like to run a little simulation just to make sure it's going to work. Failed, no pocket found on this tool or on this door. So we'll go back into the order tab, pocketing tool. So if you get this error, it says use pocketing tool, but you may be using an older version of Mozaik where your pocketing tool isn't selected as pocket. So go to libraries and CNC tooling, and then go back to your tool set. Oh, well, we need a pocketing tool. That would actually help us. So we'll bring in the Frost 40 mil for this. It is selected to pocket. I will G-code. Oh, our 30 degree isn't in there. Some nice troubleshooting for the video. Okay. We need to put our 30 degree in here too. Now we're finally ready. When we run the calculation, we have Frost 40 mil, 1/2 inch down shear, 5/8, 1/8 inch, 30 degree, and 3/8 compression for cutout. You'll notice the ball nose isn't in here because we're just here to make G-code. We're going to make the G-code, create that. I have to figure out where my G-code's going. Going to Mozaik shared files G-code. Alright, so now that you have that G-code, you can open up Frost Labs and we'll just refresh. So once you have your free trial, you can come into here, you'll click on cabinets, you'll go to new tools and tool sets, you'll upload your tool library, and this can be found in your Dropbox. You'll go to your Mozaik shared folder and then data, CNC. If you don't have Dropbox, it's right on your C drive. CNC, then tool lib. Then we'll go to new machine settings, set this up as well. We'll just go back to the data folder and you'll see machines in here. Okay. Alright, so now we need auto 3D corner shaping selected. Select the machine you're using and the correct tool set. And then you're going to see your ball nose down here for shaping because it has a radius, so it's being detected by Frost Labs. And you may not see this portion at first, the advanced settings, because by default you'll be on simple. So go to view and say advanced. The only thing you need to change in here will be this 0.02 inches, this tool height adjustment. That's adjusting for the profile so that it gives you a little extra to sand off in case the tool geometry isn't exactly perfect in Mozaik. So with this tool profile, 0.02 is pretty good. That'll get you extremely close to the point where you can just, you should be able to double up a disc, a 120 disc, and kind of sand it with your thumb for a few seconds and it'll sand up really nice. Make sure you have raised panel and glass cutout selected. And then we need to upload our G-code file. So I'll find the G-code file in here. that. Go to the job, G code, find that G code, and upload it, and then go down to execute. Sometimes I do individual files if it's just one, but I'll do a zip file, I'll execute, and it's going to load everything up, and you'll see it. I'll do a little percentage. It looks like it's done. It's going to ask you where to put it. The next part, you're on your own, so just make sure you check your G code. Make sure that there's nothing going through your spoil board. I haven't seen any issues in the past, but it's always a really safe bet to check your G code. So with this G code, this is for a shop saver. I could unzip this file, and we're just going to look at our Z value. So as long as you have the right tools in the right slot, all the tools are the correct size, the correct length, you're not going to have any issues. But we'll just do a little G code viewing here. All right, so with this file, all we're really interested in is the Z value. So if you see a Z value for the tool that we were using, we're curious about the ball nose mill. So we'll go to CNC tooling, and our ball nose is in slot 12. So if we say Control F and T12, we can find where T12 is getting picked up, and then we want to look at the Z value. So it's never going below 0.51 above the spoil board, Z 0.518. That's perfect. And then it's kind of working its way up for all the corners. And right after that, you'll see do the 4 corners. And then you have, in this case, T2 is our cutout bit. And that should work great. So then go ahead and run it. Make sure all the tools are in the right slot. Tool length, everything. Check your G code. And then if there are any issues at all with the shaping of the corner, then the culprit would be this tool height adjustment. You could go in here and maybe sneak it up a little closer. If you make this 0, then the ball nose is going to try to cut exactly on that profile. And if you can't get anything from there, the first troubleshooting that you want to do is just make sure you have closed Optimizer and you've uploaded your most recent toollib in machines.dat folder. But other than that, it's a really simple process, and gets some really beautiful results. So let me know if you have any other questions. Email me or message me. I'm here to help. Thank you.